Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Digimon World 2. This is the one that I actually have not played. Oh, and we've got an intro sequence. Oh, I see. It's just a kind of fight thing. I've seen this before. My friend had this game. And, like, he'd picked it up and he wanted me to play it a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, the Vmon's in trouble. You gotta go save him. And then I never picked it up because I didn't own a PlayStation 1, so I had kind of no choice, no opportunity to pick it up and play it myself. And then I think I just skipped it. I just went straight to Digimon World 3 instead. I have heard that this is the slowest and weakest of the original 3 Digimon World games, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to actually finish this one. But as a sucker for Monster Collection games and wanting to go back and, you know, play a bunch of old PS1 games, that's a little loud. Want to go back and finish a bunch of old, like, PS1 games, I might as well, at least, you know, dip my feet in a little bit. Hey guy, let me through. I gotta see the leader. Hello, Mr. Zudokorn. It's nice to see you. And let me see, you're a cadet tamer. Your name is? Oh, okay. So it could be Akira, but why would we be Akira when we can be, how do I go back? Okay. And I could be Snad. Somebody was calling me out for not being Snad. And they were right. Snada. Snad. Yes, you're Snad, aren't you? Please, go right ahead. The Blue Falcon leader is waiting for you. Wow, this is a tonal whiplash compared to the previous Digimon World game. I think that's going to be kind of consistently a thing. That every single Digimon game is just wildly different from the last one, which is kind of a shame because I really liked World 1's formula, and it's kind of a shame it took them years before they actually, you know, made another, but oh well. Snad, your training's almost over. You'll be a real tamer when you finish your last training mission, then you can join a guard team. Okay, Mr. Zudokorn, I'll do my best. What? We actually have a character portrait, I guess. I'm so used to being a silent protagonist in some of these games. Man. This looks proper old school, too. Oh, that slow walk, though. Blue Falcon leader, here's Snad. Zudokorn, I've been waiting for you and Cadet Snad. This is your last training mission, Snad. I'm glad you made it this far. When you're done with this training mission, you can join a guard team as a tamer. Then you can work as a defender of Digital City, just as you've always dreamed. Yes, Blue Falcon leader, I'll do my best. I'll defend Digital City with my fellow Digimon. Hey, Snad, don't get too worked up. Zudokorn and Snad, this is your mission. Go to Boot Domain and destroy Leomon hiding there. No! He's just somebody's dad. Zudokorn, this is a training mission. Don't help Snad too much. Roger, Blue Falcon leader. We'll go to Boot Domain and destroy wild Digimon. Not Leomon, why? Just... You see him protecting a bunch of children, we just kill him in cold blood and then leave. Sorry, I am so triggered to, like, expect Leomon to be doing something nice and noble, so if you have to go kill him, you're either the bad guys, or something's deeply wrong with that Leomon. Hi, Carol, how's it going? Is my digi-beetle ready to go? I want to take it for a spin. Of course, your digi-beetle is standing by. Hey, Snad, aren't you finished with your tamer training yet? Not yet, Chief, this is my last training mission. After this mission, I'll get my own digi-beetle, so I'm gonna do my best. Hey, don't push my digi-beetle too hard and break it, okay? Don't worry, running over a landmine or two won't do too much damage on my digi-beetle. Anyway, a digi-beetle is not like an ordinary car, it's more like a tank. It's a multi-use tank with all the items and equipment a tamer needs. Snad, good luck. Snad, let's get on the elevator lift. Man, our character has big feet. Like, I know that's very much the style of the time, and I think kids have just somewhat disproportionately larger feet, but even then, anyway. Are you guys ready? The elevator's gonna move. Be careful, the world is full of dangerous and wild Digimon outside the city. Now, as far as I know, this is like a straight-up just dungeon crawler. So, Digital City, Boot Domain. So I'm actually quite curious to see... yeah, how this goes. Yep. Classic mystery dungeon. Okay, we've arrived. This is the Boot Domain. Stay alert. Yes, I will. I've been training hard for this day. I'm ready. Yeah, so as far as I know, this is just like totally random, like randomly generated dungeons that you kind of wander through, fight monsters over and over and over again until you're done. Music is actually really good. Kagi, Naomi, and Dino gone. Okay, give orders, cannon, run away. So I'm assuming cannon is use the cannon from the tank. Oh, so can shoot. So cannon fires items. Okay. Give orders, battle. So do lightning spear, ice blast. Ice blades at all foes, lightning bolt. Flower cannon. Okay, counterattack. There's also this. Okay, so we have attack, interrupt, counterattack, and assist. Well, that's different. Who do I shoot? I don't know. God, that's a messed up looking Gazimon. Okay, attacks with horn, shoots fireballs, shoots a breath of fire. I don't know. Breath of fire. Gizamon? I don't know if we need to worry about elemental effects. Well, this seems like it might be a little slow. I think is the one fear. I like the models though. They did it like, as far as I know, I'm not playing with like up-resed visuals really. I mean, it's probably up-resed a little bit, but like, these are actually really nicely detailed for a PS1 game. Okay. I mean, lightning spear, flower cannon. None of these really matter. Man, I forgot how big the UI is on like all of these games. But I mean, it had to be. These were what? 320p, 480p, somewhere in there? They did not have a whole lot of space to use. And so they really had to make the most of it. Let's see. Oh, this thing can move diagonal. So this must have been made... Well, no, maybe not. I don't know if the analog sticks were in the game at the moment. Look, Snad, that's a floor portal. You can jump onto another floor when you step onto it, but you can get back to the floor where you came from. This time we won't have to come back to this floor, but normally you must be careful. Roger, Mr. Zudocorn. We actually might want to be somewhat active about using those diagonals, because... I'll point this out once we're in. Notice how in the top right I've got HP, which I don't entirely know what that refers to. That's probably the HP of the tank. But we also have EP, which goes down every tile I move. Mr. Zudocorn, the floor there is different. Yes, very observant of you, Snad. That's a specialty floor. It's blue because that floor is of a water specialty. When you battle on a water specialty floor, damage from water techniques increase. Also, the defensive ability of Digimon with a water specialty increases. Are there floors with other specialties? No, it's only water. What? Yes, fire specialty is red, nature is green. Machine is gold, darkness is black. There are 5 specialties in all. You know the specialties of Digimon and their techniques, you can take advantage of them. I see, I can make my Digimon stronger this way. But if I fight on a floor with the same specialty as the enemy, they become stronger. That's right, that's why you must learn from those Digimon. Learn about the different specialties and techniques of various Digimon. Be careful not to battle on a floor with their same specialty. Roger, I'll pay attention to the floor colors. This might be one of those where I play with like a turbo on, just because of how slow some of this is seemingly going to be. Yes, we're about to meet the boss Digimon. What? How do you know that? Oh, the tamer's hunch. Nope, it's just a totally regular Leomon. Who are you, a weakling guard tamer? Do you think you can defeat the boss of this boot domain, the great Leomon? What is wrong with this Leomon? Snad, that's the Digimon Leomon we've been looking for. You defeat this wild Digimon, your training mission will be complete. Good luck. Yes, sir. Leomon, here I come. Leomon's just in a giant dungeon prison. Holy shit, this music is a bop. Like, I'm still not sold on the gameplay. I mean, it seems fine. anywhere remotely close to bad, but we can take out the Toy Agumon. I don't know if we have to do type weaknesses or anything. Try Horn Attack. Let's just hit the Toy Agumon and see if I can take it out. Let's see, what was I going to say? Like, the combat seems fine. I like the fact that it's a team. It seems like the interrupt and counterattack abilities might be actually really interesting to play around with. Yeah, so he had a counterattack, which might hurt. It hurts an amount. We've still got a couple hundred HP, so not much I need to worry about there. Let's see. I think it's mostly just the speed at which the gameplay moves. Also, that is a very chunky Vidramon. He's so round. Oh, okay, so you can miss. So if the target you are going after doesn't have a whole lot of HP. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna mostly wail on that Vidramon. And then we'll switch to Leomon. Especially if the Leomon is specifically going for, like, counterattacks and whatnot. Yeah, is there a... I know you can do turbo with some of these. I might have to look into it. Oh, it still does. Was that a Shoryuken? Oh, that barely does any damage. But yeah, what I was going to say is, the one thing I think I'm going to struggle with this one, I think this is going to be true of a lot of old PS1 games, is just how long it takes for everything to load. That, you know, if you can actually speed these animations up, you know, even just 50% in the loading and whatnot, these games really would be much faster. It's something I've been going through, oh. I don't have this lined up correctly. I'll have to double check once we're out in a bright space. Because I'm seeing maybe a little bit of a black bar. So I might have to move things around. It's fine! But I've been playing through the old Final Fantasy games, and the PC, like the modern PC and console ports, have like speed mode that you can turn on, and it is so nice. It's kind of why I was really hoping Bandai would actually at some point sit down and re-release these games. Look over there, it's the exit portal. Your mission's complete when we get out of this domain by entering the portal. Phew, we just have a little more to go. Let's go. Well done, Snad. You passed the last training mission. All you need to do is join a guard team and become a real tamer. You did well. Thank you, Mr. Zudacorn. Snad, you're really good. But in order to defeat the wild Digimon, you must train much harder. Okay, I will. Next, you have to choose a guard team you like. By law, a tamer must belong to one of the 3 guard teams to be an active tamer. Oh. Yeah, I also have to get you a digi-beetle. Then I'll give you a tamer license to prove that you've become a real tamer. Hey, Carol, can you get a digi-beetle ready for Snad? Snad's finally completed training and will become a real tamer now. That's great, Snad. Congratulations. Thank you, Chief. Some of these character portraits look like they're Mega Man characters. Like, Carol definitely gives off, like, Reploid vibes. Now, let me get you your own digi-beetle. First, let me check your tamer license number, then I'll prepare your digi-beetle. Okay, your digi-beetle comes with a steel body. It's designed for beginners. Now join a guard team and get a digi-beetle browser. Then you can go out on a mission. Thank you very much, Chief Carol. Mr. Zudacorn, I can finally be a real tamer. Thank you. I'm a real boy. Snad got a tamer license and a digi-beetle. I got a tank. That's not... Am I licensed to drive this thing elsewhere? Finally, you got your very own digi-beetle. Give it a name. Gunner. Wabber. Oh, that's good. I'll take it. That's a nice name. You're on your own now. Make sure you join a guard team that suits you. Good luck. Runs away. Okay, it's Main Gate, Coliseum, Tamer's Club, Gold Hawk, Blue Falcon, Black Sword. Well, I'm assuming I have to look into one of these factions to join. Okay, I don't know. Oh, my cursor's on the screen. Oh, my cursor's on the wrong screen. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go Golden Hawk. I think they're supposed to be the vaccine type ones, and I think I tend to like vaccines more. At least judging by... Oh, for a second I thought this dude was just an Angemon with a gun, and I had a little bit of a, like, what is going on here vibe. But no, just Agumon in the back. And wings behind the guy. Welcome to Gold Hawk headquarters. You're here to look around, correct? Please go right ahead. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, the whole thing is tile-based. We sell many useful items like HP discs. You should always take HP and MP discs when you go into a domain. If you have a shooter gun on your digi-beetle, you can use those items in battle. I'm Agumon, the Gold Hawk team mascot. This is Gold Hawk team headquarters. A guard leader awaits you at the end of the center corridor. My name is Vandar, the guard team leader of the Gold Hawks. We fight for honor and justice. This is what this guard team is all about. We make items to help all vaccine-type Digimon. Feel free to look around. If you think this guard team is for you, come and see me. Snad, you ready to join our guard team? Our team is full of Digimon like Agumon, who will digivolve into strong Digimon. Well, think it over. You can check with other teams before you make your final decision. Am I actually being forced to look at the other ones? That's... Oh, come on. Alright, fine. I guess I will have to talk to the other ones. Well, let's see what else we have here. Or is this just going to output me into the same room? Nope, there's a guy here. If I can talk to them? I'm Esmeralda, Gold Hawk Tamer. I'm just a rookie. Gold Hawks are good at raising vaccine-type Digimon. The virus types are rare. Dark image of the virus types probably doesn't go well with our bright image. We've got this gadgetry. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, having everything be tile-based in this manner. And like I said, don't think I'm going to be spending super-duper large amounts of time on this one. Welcome to the Blue Falcon headquarters. You want to look around? Go right ahead. I'm Patamon, the mascot of the Blue Falcon team. This is Blue Falcon office. The guard team leader is in the middle room. The room on the left is the DNA Digivolution lab, and then one on the right is the Tamer's room. You're in the entrance hall. I really like the 2D portraits they have for these characters. I'm actually honestly kind of shocked we haven't seen more Digimon games that lean into a 2D aesthetic. Is it only like the kind of handheld-y ones, obviously the Wonder Swan games, and then Survive? Man, that's weird. Because like Digimon's always had a really strong illustrative element to it, and they just kind of don't lean in. Oh, this is the leader. Data-type Digimon. No, dark image of virus types don't match our liberal culture. Fair enough. How'd I got into the... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe that was just a regular guy. Yeah, this is definitely the team leader. Do I have to? I mean, I guess I'll talk to them. Okay, guard team leader of the Blue Falcons. Oh, okay, Cecilia. Freedom and harmony, develop items for the cause of all data-type Digimon. Yeah, so the problem with starting with the Blue Falcons is they're quote-unquote the hardest start, as most of the early enemies are all virus type. Either the early enemies or the early bosses are all virus type, and so it makes it a little tougher. Oh, I do like how these guys look, though. Welcome to Black Sword headquarters. You want to look around? Go right ahead. I'm Digimon, the mascot of the Black Sword team. This is the Black Sword office. The guard team leader's in the middle room. Oh, this is the Digivolution room, isn't it? Probably. This is a lab for Digivolving and DNA Digivolving Digimon. Digimon can Digivolve after earning enough experience points to go to the next form. A Digimon Digivolves in order of Rookie, Champion, and Ultimate Megaforms. But remember, only certain Digimon can Digivolve to Ultimate Megaforms. When a Digimon is ready to Digivolve, come here and I'll complete the Digivolution. So we might need to pay attention to that. Supposedly there's some level of, like, frustration. That, like, some of the lines don't make it all the way to the top. And, so you can kind of waste raising somebody. I think that's true for, like, Hagurumon, specifically. I just was looking some details up before I loaded this game up, just to keep kind of an eye on things. Hello, I'm a low-ranking Black Sword tamer. Be so happy if you were to join the Black Swords. The Black Sword team is not a bunch of rough and tough tamers. Everyone's really nice and helpful. You shouldn't worry. Meanwhile, they're like, in the background, you see somebody else just mugging. Just mugging a Waymon. Okay. Skull. I am the Black Sword guard team leader, Skull. We fight for power and authority. That's what this guard team's all about. We develop items to support the cause of all virus-type Digimon. Our team is tough. If you want to train harder and better yourself, choose Black Swords. Power and authority. I'm sorry, a little too fashy for me. We're going back to Goldhawk. We're gonna be good boys today. Also, I don't know, I'm feeling very much in, like, a War Greymon vibe. All things considered, I think I did like Cecilia's design better, but whatever, we'll take this guy who looks like he could be a Civil War reenactor. Maybe? Feel free to look around. Maybe Revolution Army? I don't know. He looks like he's got a very silly hat on and I can't quite parse it. Okay. So which am I joining? Yeah, let's do Goldhawks. I'm sure you'll make a fine Goldhawk trainer, but you must first promise an oath before joining the guard team. You'll always value your fellow tamers and your Digimon partners. You'll do your best to create a world where both people and Digimon live in peace. You'll challenge any evil forces that attempt to destroy that world. I promise. I will always value my fellow tamers and Digimon and fight for peace. Then I'll give you the items you'll need to become a tamer. The Goldhawk mark is proof of being a Goldhawk tamer. A DB browser is a mobile remote control to start a digi-beetle and access the server. Thank you, sir. Your Digimon partner should be here by now. Wow, that's an Agumon. It's your Snad, my new partner. You still look a little shaky, but don't worry, I'll take good care of you. I'm Agumon. I'm sure we'll get along great. Think so too, Agumon. Then I'll be waiting for you in your Digi-beetle. Now, if one of the starters had been like a Gatsumon, or not a Gatsumon, damn. What was Joe's Digimon again? Because, like, Tentamon would have been cool. He's Joe. Give me a second. His partner was... It wasn't Gatsumon. It was something else. Partner. Gomamon. There we go. I knew it started with a G. If one of them had like, a Gomamon as a start, I might have swung that direction. But, like, I don't know. I picked Patamon plenty of times. Haha, Agumon might not look too reliable, but I'm sure that you two will make a great team. Oh yeah, you should give him a name. What is his name? I mean, the problem is, naming him Agumon ain't gonna last. Oh, right. We'll keep to the trends. Hitch. That's a nice name. I'm sure he'll like it too. Every time you meet another Digimon, you'll learn something new and grow from it. Not only the Digimon that develop, you two will grow and mature. Yes, sir, Goldhawk leader. I'll do my best. Got Agumon as a partner. Snad, I'll give you and Agumon your first mission. What? Thank you, sir. Order you to go to the scsi domain to defeat the wild boss. Roger. Yes, sir. Oh, we've got other random kids. Snad, so you're the new kid I heard about. That's right. Who are you guys? We are Goldhawk tamers, just like you. My name's Joy. My name's Joy, and he's Bertram. Or Bertrand. Let's try working together as a team. We're your seniors here, so don't you forget it. Mr. Zudokorn thinks highly of your record, but those are just training missions. I'm the best tamer in the city, so don't even think you can do better than me. Huh? Bertrand, why do you always say things like that? Snad, don't worry about him. If you have any questions, we'll be in the tamer room. Thanks. I hope we can work together. Now, one of the things I remember about this game, and I'll have to look around for it. So, I was trying to talk about this earlier with the HP and the EP thing. We only have a certain amount of moves in the dungeon before we run out, and that can actually be a serious issue. And I think there's a way to boost it early. Hey, Snad, a real mission's serious business. There won't be anyone to help you. Not like during training missions. Don't come back with your tail between your legs. Don't embarrass us fellow tamers. As a teammate, I wish you luck. Have you been to a domain yet? Use EP every time you move in a domain. Also be careful when you run from an enemy. Wild Digimon move every time you move, so you should check for them when you go into domain. Alright. I swear there's like a thing you can get early that gives you a little bit more EP. Okay, so I have some bits. HP disc, parts fix, EP pack. Might be that. And it's not the worst idea. I'm afraid of buying too many things. I don't have much of these. Let's just burn all of my money. I'm sure we'll get more. Yeah, there might be some way of getting extra capacity, but at least that should give me a basic amount of recovery if I need to. Go to the Tamers Club. There might be something here. Part of the reason why I remember this is my friend who showed me this game had specifically kind of taunted me, being like, oh, I bet you're going to struggle with this, and then I didn't. A domain with a boss Digimon will light up red. Even after reviving or defeating a boss, if the boss is still revived, the red light will come back on. Remember this when you go into domain. Did you know that the items you buy are sent to your server, but before you go for a mission, you have to transfer items to your digi-beetle? Oh. Okay. How do I do that? I have no idea. You have to believe in yourself and work hard at it. If you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything. Just have a random Palmon dancing. Alright, Palmon, keep it up. Dancing, 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 dancing. I'm a dancing machine. Why do we... Okay. Slightly baffling. I can't imagine it's anything with the Coliseum. This is a Coliseum where all tamers compete. Only tamers who belong to guard teams can enter tournaments. However, you must prove yourself to your guard leader before we'll let you enter. Get an entry pass. Go to the registration office to the left and sign in. Okay, well, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. I guess I'm looking for anything that lets me upgrade my beetle. Hasn't been any of these yet. I mean, obviously I don't have the money for it anymore. So are you not an item vendor? No. Yeah, so where do you get parts for your beetle? Oh, no, this is it. Gift level. Huh. So these are like one-off abilities, some of which actually seem kind of good. But yeah, eat this. I don't know. Well, one way or another, I should have enough juice. So I'm not too worried. I'll look around the main gate, because I want to figure out how to transfer my items before I do anything. Sir. You can modify digi-beetle's parts, did you know that? Digi-beetle's power can be boosted by upgrading or changing its parts. Which parts you upgrade or change first make a big difference. First upgrade the battery to increase the EP, then I'd add cannons. Yeah. But how do I modify it? Hi, how are you? When you leave the city, make sure you have everything you might need. Remember that toolboxing digi-beetle can only carry so many items. The most important item on a digi-beetle is the autopilot. Use the autopilot, it takes you out of the domain and back to the city. Also, when HP or EP hits 0, the emergency mode will kick in and bring you back to the city. Go into emergency mode, you'll lose your autopilot, so you'll have to buy another. Remember, as a rule, you can't take a digi-beetle on a mission without an autopilot. Oh. Part vendor. Okay. So, increases the HP. Increases the EP by 100. Toolbox can hold more. Disk driver, ROM, etc. Bug zapper. Okay, so that's where we get... Ugh. I'm yawning and now you are yawning. You want to buy ammo. Yeah, who are these people? Can I work on your digi-beetle? Okay, so this is, I'm assuming, where we move our parts around. Okay, steel 3 cannons can be installed. Okay, minimum needed for an adventure. Installing engine parts, okay. Installing battery parts, battery. Oh, yeah, so our basic crab battery only has 100 EP. Okay, so I had a cannon. Just not a very good one. Okay, that'll be sent to the main gate, and then we have upgrade. Oh. So this is how you'd upgrade it. Potentially. So you joined a guard team. Now I can tell you more. What do you want to know about? Digi-beetle types? Okay. Let's see. Steel body can hold 3 cannons and 4 different types of engines. Engines are Wolf, Lion, Tiger, and Pegasus. Upgrade the body in order to install more powerful engines. Alright. I don't think I care too much beyond that. Do we have anything else around here? No. But yeah, my friend when I was a kid was so smug that I would get tripped up by the whole EP limitation thing. And I don't remember getting tripped up at all. I think if more or less just like smoothly slid past any issues, because I think as long as you're like efficient, it's not that big of a deal, but who knows? Okay. But how do I equip items? Okay, here we go. Items? Use or discard. Transfer. Items. Digi-beetle? Server. I probably don't need that many. So let's take those with. Okay. Can't save. So I don't have any other Digimon. Item status. What is Digiline? Oh, okay. I guess that's all I've got. Okay, 10-4, all systems checked and ready to go. Thanks. So, yeah, probably should have just bought the regular engine instead of the recharge, but is what it is. Okay, so we can go to the boot domain, or we can go to scsi. I actually don't know how well I do with the boot domain, considering we were there earlier with level 20s, but maybe the point is I would be fine. Like I said, the music on this is really good. Okay, give orders. Red. Unfortunately, I might be a little on the weak side, but so be it. Yeah, let's just hope we can get a decent amount of money. Worst comes to worst, we get a decent amount of money. Bail and then come back. I also don't know how you recruit more Digimon. Because in later games, you get just like a percentage. Yeah, so if you notice, my EP is ticking down with every move. So like a dead end like this can actually trip me up. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder if I can just autopilot out of here. Oh, it's circle. Yeah, I definitely don't want to hit the autopilot until we're low. And considering one fight gives me roughly a third of what I need. Okay, here we go. Yeah, a third of what I need to pay for one of the EP boosters. This could be a little tight. But as I get stronger, this will probably be much easier. And if we can get to the point where I can one-shot these suckers without having to worry about them hitting me first, is going to be nice. Oh, that one actually survived a hit. Barely. The problem is, I'm not too far off. Yeah, so it's not the EP that's going to be the issue. It's going to be the everything else. Yeah, I'm going to run out of HP and MP quick. So I think what we might want to do is just blast this guy and go back. The main question is, does the autopilot get used up? Because I might be in trouble if that's the case. Okay, what's that in the corner? Okay, HB disc, but there's no room. Oh. Oh, because my Agumon leveled up. It got more. Okay. Yeah, because I'll just go up a floor and... I mean, I could go up 2. Oh, does going diagonally cost me 2 EP? I should test that. Nice that they're doing the leveling up heals you and gets you MP back. And now, here's the question. Is Snow Gaburimon weak to fire? Please tell me. Might not be the case, though. I think the type weaknesses might be entirely through... Nope, that did actually do a bunch of damage to him. Okay, and how much was he worth? It's weird to be judging Digimon purely based on the financial benefit that they bring, but hey. It was 40. Nope. Okay, moving diagonally does just cost 1. So we do want to be... Nope. I'm miscounted. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. And this is why I have save states. Because, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, where was I? I was... Oh, well, my cursor's on the screen. Shouldn't be there. I was just falling asleep in my chair. I'm like, okay, I think I should go handle that before I do anything else. Okay, I don't see any Digimon here. So we have to be very careful about our EP numbers, because that determines how long I can stay in this dungeon. If that runs out, we pass out, and then we run into problems, especially this early on when I don't have money. Wow, this is a massive waste. Because I'm not sure what happens when... I truly am not sure... Okay, let's fight the Biomon. I truly am not sure what happens when you have no money to pay for an autopilot replacement. I'm not sure if using the autopilot... how that works even. Let's see. Because does the autopilot get used up, or is it a, like, keep it until you lose kind of deal? I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to want to get another, like, increase my EP tank. Just so that I can use the 100 movement refill without any waste. Because otherwise I'm going to be kind of encouraged to save the EP refills until the last second. And I'm absent-minded enough that I'm going to let that distract me. And that is going to be an issue. Well, where are we at on this? Because this just connects, so that's not helpful. There we go. Okay, items? Because I don't have enough inventory slots to do more, so I might as well use an EP pack. I've got 2 more if I'm desperate. Got an HP disc. And yeah, presumably we want to just go as deep as we can. Oh, well, we got two Gatsumon here. Gaburimon? Gaburimon. Gatsumon's the rock one. Gaburimon is the like weird goblin. Am I fighting both, or am I just fighting one? Okay, just one. But I'm probably gonna have to fight both. And that's fine. Because the goal here is mostly just to get Agumon in a state where he can just one-shot things comfortably. I'm glad they included the voice acting. The, like, really awkward Japanese voice acting of them yelling their attacks out. Oh, we did just one-shot him. Sick. I think I'm still much more of a pro monsters generally don't talk in these games. But, like, I don't know. I think it's one of those where I almost prefer it if they talk if they're special, if there's something going on, as opposed to talking just by default. And maybe that's kind of a thing from Pokemon. Hey, we leveled up, and it looks like that made it so that I've refilled HP and mana. So that's actually quite good. What is it? Maybe it's like a Pokemon thing, where like, with Pokemon, only a very small subset of Pokemon could talk. It was very rare. And so it made it so that whenever you encountered a talking Pokemon in the shows, and the video games, I'm actually trying to think of any video games that had talking Pokemon. Not many of them. I wish there was a way I could, like, lock myself. Well, I will happily fight as many Snow Gaburimon as they want to throw at me. Let's see. Yeah, just encountering a talking Pokemon, it felt impactful, special. Like, this is a special Pokemon that you need to care about. As opposed to, like, you know, just... oh, it's just another big monster. On the flip side, I think if every single Pokemon talked after a certain size, it would be maybe weird. So I don't know. So gotta go back and play Pokemon Sun and Moon. Where I ran across spoilers for like the end of the original Sun and Moon as opposed to Ultra Sun and Moon. And it apparently had like a character fusing with a Pokemon. Which I don't think has been done before and hasn't been done since, really. I mean, Bill got turned into one, which in and of itself is interesting. You know, they never did establish if he got turned into a Pokemon or if he body swapped with one. He's actually hitting me first. Mainly from the perspective of, like, you think some people would have, like, heard about what happened to Bill and been like all for it. That almost feels like that would be a really interesting, like, I don't know, I think it is a bit of a shame that that because Pokemon is a kids media franchise / game franchise, they can't get into the body horror of some of the things. Wow, there's just a ton of these dudes. They can't really get into the body horror of, like, what's going on. I kind of feel like that's true of Digimon as well. One of the games that we are going to go back to. I'll probably do it as, like, a weird... I don't know if I want to do it as a weird rerun series, or just re-record it, because I never finished Hacker's Memory. And apparently at the end of that, one of the characters also becomes a Digimon. It's been years since that came out. I can spoil that a little, right? But in the first Cyber Sleuth, one of the characters fused with the weird virus not Digimon things, which was also freaky and terrible. And it kind of, I wish these stories would actually get into that a little bit deeper. That for all of these, like, Monster Collection stories, they're all so focused on being kid-friendly that it feels like some of the stranger things that you can run into. Because I'm thinking about how, was it Lavender Town? I think it was Lavender. It was either Lavender Town or, like, one of the other ones. The tower in, Pokemon, Red and Blue, with all the ghosts, and then at the top of it, it's like the weird, not Marowak ghost. Okay, about to level up again. And how one of the things that was very much implied in that is that, like, Haunter or some other ghost Pokemon had straight up possessed an amount of the trainers in that tower, causing them to, you know, act erratic or violent or something. I'm not entirely sure, I only vaguely remember bits of the dialogue there. But that was kind of nuts and uncomfortable, but also weird, and one that, like, they just kind of ignore, like, you free the person from possession, but it's just like, wait, wouldn't that be a problem? Like, aren't Ghastlies and Haunters, like, actually really sinister in that case, if they can just possess a person and do whatever? And then you read, like, some of the Pokemon lore, you know, from all the Pokedex entries, and you're like, oh, these are really bad. Like, Drifloon, Drifblim, kidnapping children, just flying away with them. And how, like, that's super not okay. And then from, like, a Digimon perspective, to a lesser degree, talking about, I think I was talking about this in World 1, about how, like, Andromon looks super scuffed and freaky, because it's like, it almost feels like something had been turned into Andromon, rather than that just being its natural state. Same thing with Metal Greymon. We've leveled up. Now, do I stick around and try and farm for levels? I don't think I want to, because I don't have that much EP left. I think we want to just boogie for the end. Okay, so we've got a... Oh, that's the exit right over there. We've also got a chest, which is slightly inconvenient because I think I don't have any inventory spaces, do I? Well, you know what, the EP packs, we can just keep using them. They're not the most expensive thing, but they're not... Or they're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive. Booby traps. And damage to each Digimon, but we got an EP pack for it. Well... it's fine, probably. Unless we run into the boss, but maybe we'll be okay. Is this the boss? This might be. Oh, no, it can't be. Because we found another method for going lower. Or higher? I don't actually know the directionality of the teleporters, if we're going up or down, or does it even matter? Because it's not like it's a tower, it's just a series of mystery dungeon locations. Yeah, no, definitely not boss. Let's see. Yeah, no, this is all a dead end. As soon as we get 500, we might want to just autopilot out of here and see what I can do. Because I'd like to buy the next E-Tank. And considering we are running a little low, I'm going to wait until we're down to 1. Don't go a step further. Yeah, because having that extra E-Tank is going to mean my EP packs aren't nearly as wasted here. Okay, this feels like the boss fight. Well, I've got a lot of healing and supplies, so I think we'll be okay. Glad you're here, you little tamer brat. I'm Hagurumon, boss of scsi domain. I will crush you. This is it for you, That's what you think. I'll show you. Go ahead and make my day. But what I was going to say with a kind of horror, body horror, I don't know. It kind of felt like they were getting into this lightly with some of World 1, which is more just like, you know, the Digimon in the digital world's natural state is somewhat as like apex predators. And I feel like a lot of them were luring people into vulnerable positions, usually to either entrap them permanently or outright, like, consume them. And that kind of only felt more so once you got up to Tamers, which felt like considerably darker. And I get it that like Digimon is very much a franchise for kids. You know, it's not meant to be, you know, overly dark or sinister or getting into like body horror or like, hey, this character has straight up just been like replaced by a mimic. Or this character fused with the Digimon is having serious issues coping with the identity problems that come with that. Like, obviously that is probably a little bit too much for most of these stories, but some part of me really wants that someday. Just a Monster Collection game to really lean into that. And maybe that shows up in some of the Shin Megami Tensei games. Because I haven't played a whole lot of them. And like, I feel like I should. I just know that they're harder. And also extremely long. And I don't have that, like, personal connection to them in the same way that I do to Pokemon, Digimon. Kinda Metabots? Kinda Metabots. Metabots wasn't a big enough franchise to, like, really get in there. I think I can do this without using any of my healing items. Because he consistently does 9 damage to me, so yeah, we're getting through this comfy. Like, unless there's a critical hit, which we haven't seen one yet, I think we're good. Let's see. What was I gonna say? But I don't know. Maybe someday somebody will make a Monster Collection game that's, like, actually screwed up. Well, okay. I guess that is kind of what Survive is supposed to be, maybe, kind of, sort of. I know Survive definitely has, like, is the darkest Digimon game. Alright, I defeated the boss of scsi domain, Hagurumon. My mission is complete. Now I must go back to the city and report this to our leader. Yeah, hopefully we can redo some of these levels, so I can focus on getting some upgrades quick. Welcome back, Snad. Chief, please look after my digi-beetle. Leave it to me. I'll make it as good as new. Okay, back to Gold Hawk. I should probably futz with my inventory a little bit. Snad, good work. The Gold Hawk leader has been waiting for you. Please go to his room. Roger. The interesting thing is, weirdly enough, playing this game, I can feel a lot of its DNA in Digimon World DS / Dawn and Dusk. Well, I wouldn't exactly say randomized levels, but kind of in there. Goldhawk Leader, I completed my mission. I've destroyed Hagurumon, the boss Digimon of scsi domain. Good job, Snad. You've cleared the first hurdle in becoming a good tamer. Thank you, sir. I'm doing my best. I'll keep it up. Yes, that's the spirit. I have another mission for you. Boss Digimon were spotted in video and disc domains, which are near scsi domain. Because the wild Digimon are united under 2 bosses, we expect a large offensive. Their next mission is to destroy these 2 boss Digimon. Roger, yes sir. I'll hit video domain and disc domain and to destroy those boss Digimon. Looks like you cleared your first mission. You were just lucky this time. Don't think it'll be like this all the time. Huh? Bertrand, don't you have anything nice to say? There's no way I'm gonna lose to a kid like this. Takes the soldier's gun. Shoots me. Bertrand, you're always like this. Snad, don't be offended. He thinks you're his rival. That's why he speaks to you like that. Please understand. I wonder if there's different rival characters depending on which faction you joined, or if it's always the same ones. I do not know. A rival? I'll do my best to win also. I am sleepy day. Sleepy today. Alright. Items transfer. Items. Digi-beetle. Because yeah, I don't need this many HP discs. I might not actually need as many MP discs, but I think I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to have 2 of each. That should be good enough. Okay. Then I guess we just head out to the main gate. Let's see what kind of upgrades we can get. Because I wasn't paying too much attention earlier, other than just confirming where I could buy them. Largely because they just didn't mean anything unless I had money. Okay. So, this increases our HP. Engine battery. Oh, but these are ones that we already have. So mostly we just have to upgrade them. Because yeah, we have all of this stuff. Kind of. I don't know why I'd buy more unless I can equip more, which is a possibility. Okay, so we can upgrade crab and body. Okay, crab battery 2. I wonder if it just costs 500 to upgrade it every single time? Maybe. Okay. Well, that's probably all I need to do. The question is, can I go back to that previous dungeon? Because if I can go back to that previous dungeon, that's probably going to make my life easier. Oh, not yet. Just because. Do you know about the Digimon called Angemon? I heard that Angemon's leading a group of peace-loving Digimon, but I don't understand why the wild Digimon haven't attacked them yet. Maybe what I heard about Angemon's not true? Hmm? Do you know where the meditation dome is? It looks like the Digimon that have not become wild are hiding there. They say the Angemon that Bertrand was talking about is the leader of that group. Fair enough. The problem is, like, a lot of these kind of don't matter. Part of the reason why I'm not, like, the most keen on playing through this to completion is mostly just because I think the combat system seems good. Yeah, can I just go back? Oh, sick. The combat system seems largely good. But the actual, like, story and exploration and world, not at all interesting. Okay, is there a way I can speed this game up? Because I'd like to be able to just turn on, like, 50% extra speed if possible. Okay, so we have a couple of options here. Let's see what turbo does. Okay, so the problem is that it does scuff the music. Okay, there we go. I've increased it, so unfortunately this does increase the music, but I've increased the emulation speed to 130%. So it does mean the music's going to be a little bit more stressful, frenetic, but like a 30% increase might be exactly what this needs, from my perspective, to be like palatable. Without completely, I don't want to say like breaking the balance of the game or anything like that, but without making it feel substantially worse. Yeah, no, this legitimately feels much better to me. I don't know. We will have to see where I land exactly. Well, I found the exit. The problem is it's making me do this extremely rude loop. Oh my god, really? It sucks. I mean, at least we found the exit. Still also don't know where to go to, like, catch new Digimon. Maybe we get it as a reward, maybe something else. Hard to say. But I wish there was a way I could change the emulation speed without affecting the music, but there's pretty much no way to do that, unfortunately. I mean, maybe there's ways of doing it, but I'm not great at messing around with emulators in the slightest. And just in case people get into the question of, like, you know, why emulate versus not. Let's see, I should have enough inventory space that I can actually pick whatever this up. Mostly boils down to, one, my copy of Digimon World 2 actually isn't here yet. I put in an order for it a couple hours ago, and I was like, why wait? I've already got it on the way. The other thing is mostly just trying to preserve my old hardware for as long as possible and only using it when I actually need to. Like, emulation has gotten so good at this point that it's, I don't want to say seamless, but like, there's no like real major graphical issues or glitches from what I can tell. And so it just makes for a somewhat easier experience. Also, it's infinitely easier for me to record in this setup, because otherwise I have to fiddle with like capture cards and things, because PlayStations are not built for HDMI outputs. And so you have to go through like weird cards and extra jazz that ends up looking kind of jank. I sincerely hope at some point game companies decide to actually go through the effort of kind of reviving some of their old consoles. Like, I would actually pay like a decent chunk of money for a PlayStation 1 that can run off of both. Oh, do we actually care? This is just the exit. Yeah, let's just go. They can play off both like a memory card / internal memory situation or a disc. Because like, and you know, have the whole thing output. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so you can't go diagonals when you're in the hallways, even if it's leaving a hallway. But yeah, a kind of like small PS1 that can play off of disc or internal like storage or a memory card or something like that, and can hook up to both like maybe old controllers, or they kind of re-release the old controllers but with a USB hookup instead. Because I know that's what Nintendo's been doing as part of the like Nintendo Online subscription. You get access to special controllers that are like homages to the old ones. Chest was empty. Rude. And so on like an entirely personal level, I kind of want them. Domain feels strangely quiet. Oh, is there no boss? Interesting. Well, easy to farm. Not the most lucrative, though. Yeah, so maybe the boss monsters don't come back. So how much money do I have? 340. Items do we have? I got another HP pack. So I only have upgrades for HP. I have the... Let's see. I have the crab battery, and I've got the wolf engine. We don't have the dodo box. I think? It says items. I wonder if we can get extra. I wonder if we can also equip extra? Like, I don't know how many slots we have. Well, I guess all things considered, we might as well go to another mission area. There's got to be some way to get bosses to respawn, but, you know, if I just go to further, harder areas, we might get better loot. Really, it's extra money. I saw somebody talking about, you know, playing this game somewhat more recently and just advocating for, like, just cheat the money in. It makes the game so much more palatable because you don't have to grind for cash. On the flip side, I feel like early on, the money grind is kind of part of the appeal. I don't know. It's, how would I describe it? It's the zero to hero scalability that I think every game feels better if you have to struggle a little bit in the beginning, or a fair bit in the beginning, but by the end of it, a lot of the things that you struggled with are no longer an issue. I think survival sandbox games are kind of good examples of this. They're both good and terrible examples. A good survival sandbox game makes it really difficult. Well, not really difficult, but like early on you have to go through a lot of effort to, you know, get your standard wood and rocks and metal and farming and all that jazz. And then by the end of it, hopefully there's either some way of getting substantially more than you used to with like specialized tools or machines or something like that, or really there's some way to automate getting those resources you don't have to. Unfortunately, it's not always the most equal. I hate to reference Ark because I hate Ark, but I think it's a good example of this. You know, early on, if you want to get like sufficient amounts of anything, you have to just punch trees and wave your hands at bushes and so on and so forth. And by the end of it, you've got like a stegosaurus that just goes up and whacks a rock and gets you like infinite resources, you know, of one type or another. And then there's a couple of different dinosaurs, each with their own specialized ability to get you extra stuff. And like, that's a really good way of doing it, especially because then you have a reason to go out of your way to recruit as many dinosaurs as you possibly can. And yeah, this area is just a little bit harder. I'm still one-shotting every single thing on my way, but they're giving me 50 bits instead, which is super nice. I think what I might do is do a save state after this dungeon and see if I can equip 2 batteries. Just to see if I can carry more. Because that wouldn't be a bad idea. And I don't mind fighting the boss here, because I've got a fair bit of healing and MP items. And so I should be able to tank my way through just by using them. Let's see, what was I gonna say? And so, like, I don't actually think this is necessarily, I don't think this is necessarily one of those games that needs, like, heavy automation or anything like that, but it feels like having a little money and weak monsters this early feels great. Not because in the moment it feels good, but because you eventually will get to the point where you have, you know, a tank that can go for extremely long voyages and Digimon that can punch their way through pretty much all comers. Okay, so I need to do like 10 more damage to these guys. Well, we are about to level up. Hopefully I can take them both out. Now let's see, how we looking? Oh, we're plenty. And yeah, if I level up, I get all my metrics back, so I don't have to worry about the drain here. And so I think this is one of those games that I wouldn't start cheating with the money. But eventually I could see myself getting to that point where I'm just like, yeah, let's just speed this up a little bit more. I think it's why when I was playing other games, I don't remember what it was, but like years ago, when playing certain RPGs, I would have double money on by default. And it genuinely did feel better, because how often when you get to like a new town in an RPG and it's like, oh, cool, they've got all this new gear for me to equip. Oh, it's too expensive. You know, I guess I'll have to go out and grind for a while to be able to afford it. That always felt just like a little tacky. I think it wasn't so bad in something like Dragon Quest. I think largely owing to the fact that the let's see. In Dragon Quest you had golden golems that could be found out in the world. And they were actually, like, a little dangerous from what I remember. Dangerous or tough. But if you could beat them, they would give you just, like, an insane amount of money. Same thing with, like, metal slimes, giving you a ton of experience. I think it varies on a game-by-game basis. But let's see. One of those where having ways where if you know what you're doing, either you're clever or you're lucky or well-equipped or well-prepared or something like that, you can get... Oh, he interrupted me. That's a new one. Lowers tech power. Oof. Oh. Oh, well. Oof. That's rough. Now, is that a lasting thing? Or is that just for that round? Okay, just for that round. Still rough. Let's see. Keep expecting that Snow Kaburimon to get back up for no reason. That'd be rude. There it goes. Yeah, I'm still really impressed with the sheer quality of the models. Ooh, 180 bits too. Yeah, this is definitely lucrative in a way that I should be able to buy a bunch of those tank upgrades kind of in short order. Yeah, unfortunately the regular Kaburimon is considerably tougher. We might run into MP issues, but I mean, now that I'm getting 180 MP per fight, we'll be fine. Let's see. And unfortunately, for how good these models are for a PS1 game, the tragedy is, of course, that the environments suck. If this looked like Etrian Odyssey, I think I would be much more, like, keen on it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just brown rooms and corridors and whatnot, with no, like, feeling of exploring a world. I think that's a really important thing for me, is that I either need to feel like I'm in some kind of death labyrinth for a reason, or I need to feel like I'm exploring a world, even if I'm not. And I think this is the reason why I've always bounced off of mystery dungeons outside of roguelikes. With a roguelike, you're in a hell labyrinth for a reason. Even if the reason is to get, you know, the Amulet of Yendor or something like that. Which, by the way, so Amulet of Yendor is the MacGuffin that you're off to find. That's your, like, stated goal in the original Rogue. Yendor is just Rodney backwards. Amuses me to no end. I think Rodney was somebody on the dev team or somebody they knew. I don't remember. And we might want to use an MP chip. Because I'm like 2 fights away from leveling up, but I think I'm only a handful of attacks away from running out of juice. Yeah. I would have been able to do like 2 hits and then I would have been out. Well, there's the exit. Kind of awkwardly. Let's see if this is the boss or not. Nope. Looks like it's just a totally regular room. That's fine. Well, it's got water in it, but that's about it. And it's these guys again. Well, I mean, they're easy enough. I'd like to get to the point where I can just one-shot a Kaburimon, but I think I'm gonna need at least 2 or 3 levels to get to that point. It kind of goes back to the whole, like, 0 to hero vibes, is that, like, I think my favorite part of every RPG is the very beginning. Mainly because that's the point where you feel your level ups the most. We're going from level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. You really can feel, especially if you don't have much in the way of gear, equipment, or early boosts that you can leverage. It looks like it can two-shot a Kaburimon unless it interrupts me. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, one more fight and we level up again. That'll be good. And yeah, the more I level up, the more my max MP goes up. And the less I have to rely on healing items. Treasure chest is booby-trapped. Unable to move straight. Huh. Okay. Oh, this goes deeper. Okay, so it looks like the confusion is worn off. I kind of want to do another fight before I try and go further. Where... Don't make me wander this whole dungeon looking for somebody to throw down with. Don't open. Do I even have inventory space? I do not. Yeah, we got an antifreeze. I could use an EP pack. They're affordable at this point. Because I don't want to open a trapped chest only to find out that, you know, the item gets dumped on the ground anyway. Which, yeah, if you open a treasure chest and can't... Oh my gosh, is there not a single Digimon on this floor? Oh, that's bleak. I was expecting at least something. Because, yeah, this might be the boss fight. I'm going into the boss fight not fresh. Well, wasn't expecting it to be maze-like. Okay, good. Yeah, it's not so bad, but still. But yeah, so there's just a really solid feeling of progression to early RPGs that once you get further in, you just don't get that feeling. Usually, that, you know, as you get further in these games, the enemies get tougher. Is that downloading two different games simultaneously? That's weird. Like once you hit the late or the mid game in an RPG, most enemies have enough health that you can't one-shot them. Or if you can, it's like the whole team hitting the enemies or something like that, if there is a whole team to be had. And that feels kind of meh. It can be fun and tactical, but the problem I have with that is that, like, it's only fun and tactical the first, like, 2 or 3 times you run into an enemy, and then after that it's just, like, been there, done that over and over again. Am I gonna need to use an MP? I might have to. Please just stay dead. No. I'm gonna have to use an MP chip. I think we're just shy. Yeah, I was hoping I'd run into a Snogaburimon. Oh, wait, we have just enough. Pepper Breath is 8 MP. Sick. That's all we need, unless we miss. I don't know if we can. And so it's like, I do actually enjoy the tactical battles once you get later on in an RPG, but I almost kind of feel like those are better once you, like, for the boss fights and mid-bosses and whatnot, rather than just the regular mobs. Because when every regular mob is a fight to the death, it kind of sucks. Let's see. Damn. I guess I might as well use another EP pack. I'm definitely, I mean, out of at this point. Let's see. Oh. Here's the boss. Slimy, gooey, domains are dark and damp. I love it. I wish the entire world was like this. I love slime. I love dark and damp places. What? I see an intruder in this slimy, damp paradise. Who is that? Oh.
One of the fools from the meditation dome again. Did you come to rescue Anjumon? I'll kick your digibutt again. I, Numamon, boss of this dampness-filled slimy disc domain, will take care of you.
Doc, what is this thing? I'll take care of you, buddy. I would not call this thing buddy. Okay, so this is going to be a little tricky, but full health. Who do I think? Get the Devimon, because he should be a good target. If I remember right, Numamon is supposed to be kind of a champion. Ew. Okay. Yeah, I think we take out the Devimon. And luckily, I mean, it certainly helps that their first salvo largely missed me. I still do like Devimon's design. I think he's such a cool character. I always think it's interesting how he was very much the, like, consistent secondary antagonist for the first season. And then he just gets... Oh, was it the first season? No, it wasn't the... Was it the first season? He was Myotismon's goon. Because he gets eaten by Myotismon. Was he not present in the, like, first arc on the island? I forget. If we're talking about, you know, these games having dark overtones or whatnot, I still want to have a... Yeah, I might be able to two-shot the Sukumon. And then it's just me versus the Numamon, which should be easy. I might have to use an HP drive, but that's okay. Yeah, no, he's toast. I still want Digimon to actually do some kind of survival sandbox e-game on an island. An island that, like, actively wants... Oh, so I can still control. So I can use an item and still hit enemies. That's super nice. Did I have to aim that? I have no idea. I just mashed A. It'd be interesting if you actually had to worry about aiming at your target. As much as I hate Numamon, they do a really good job animating him and making him look horrifying. It's just, he also chucks poop, and that's so gross. Okay, we might need to use another HP drive on this, and that's totally fine. Let's say about anything. Oh, just wanting a survival sandbox game. I want a game where it actually feels like a Kuwagamon is going to eat my character. And that I legitimately have to be worried about that. Kind of because why not? Because I think that's what really drew me to the original Digimon series. The show specifically. That feeling of like, this island kind of wants you dead or wants the Digidestined dead. And, you know, it's filled with all sorts of like, we might actually be able to take it out. I can do one more. You know, it's filled with all sorts of monsters and odd locations and things that are, yep, there it goes, that are out to get them. And it's kind of the, like, exploring and dealing with and avoiding them that made it feel really good and compelling in a way. And that's something I kind of haven't gotten from Digimon in a while. Phew, that was close. What was he saying? Something about Anjumon and the meditation dome? Or something? Anjumon, what are you up to, buddy? Okay. Are you a guard tamer from the city? Wow, you're not a wild Digimon, are you? My name is Snad. I'm a tamer of a guard team in Digital City. I'm Anjumon, a Digimon from the Meditation Dome. Thanks for rescuing me, Snad. This boss Digimon is sneaky. He captured me and blackmailed my friends in Meditation Dome. Really, but what is Meditation Dome? It's a place where Digimon who didn't become wild can gather. Numamon took me hostage to try and make Digimon of Meditation Dome attack the city. What a slime ball. But you stopped his evil plan before he could carry it out. Really thank you for what you've done. You're always welcome to stop by the dome. I was wondering why there were two branches here. Wasn't sure if one was like a secret treasure branch. But no, one's Anjumon, the other's the exit. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave us here. Let's see, we'll have like a little bit of dialogue when we get to the other side. Maybe? Not much. Welcome back, Snad. Chief, please look after the digi-beetle. Okay, and that's it. So we have to go do the other mission if I want to report in, probably. Well, I think the real thing, I'm going to system save state 3. I want to see if I can buy a second one of those batteries. And equip it. Because if I can equip 2 of them, that's kind of nice. It's a crab battery. I don't know what I want the rest of these. Bug Zapper. Zapit EP return membugs. Don't know. I'll have to look at what these do before I do anything. Oh. Disarm treasure. So that lets me maybe disarm traps. Okay, first and foremost. Okay. So the answer is no. Okay, so the answer is a very hard no. That those spare items cannot be upgraded. Do I want to buy ammo? No. How do I get a better tank? Okay. Okay, anti-trap parts. Arm parts made to remove landmines in a domain. Power parts protect the digi-beetle from acid swamps. Hand parts let you remove booby traps and treasure boxes. Okay. Missile gun to destroy electrospores. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how to get a better digi-beetle. And yeah, it seems like each part, each can only hold... Okay, can't be upgraded further. Okay, not enough bits to get the next one. Well, that's fine. I guess the only other thing I should do is probably buy a couple more EP things, but I just boosted my tank up to 500. That should make dungeon crawls infinitely easier. For now, though, I think I'm going to be leaving us here. This is fun, mostly from the battling perspective and the fact that it's nice to play like a Monster Collection RPG. The main draw for this game, is that you are constantly fusing your Digimon together. I haven't really looked into it. Let's see. Level 7, next level, Vaccine Rookie Parents. Yeah, so you can keep fusing Digimon together to increase their max level and learn new moves and stuff, which I think is really neat. But the rest of the game kind of suffers from being extremely repetitive and a little on the slow side. And so, unless you guys really, really want me to put more time into this one, I think I'm just going to leave it here as a one-off video to just be like, hey, this is Digimon World 1, and I'll play more of it on my own. Or maybe eventually come back to it at a later date. It's hard to tell, because I want to play through every single Digimon game, but I also recognize that I have a gazillion other games to play, and that some of these could be much more easily played while I'm doing something else. On my Steam Deck, for example. So I don't know, I'll think about it, I'll figure it out. For now, though, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more Digimon games, I'm playing through the whole series. Maybe not completely for all of them, but I'll complete the good ones. So I guess hit subscribe and keep an eye out for more. Then we'll move on to either other Monster Collection games or find a different franchise that I want to complete, because I'm also recording, certain green-hatted franchises series of games as well. But that won't be going out for a while. Anyway, I guess with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, and the usual like, comment, subscribe. Wait, no, I think I already did that. Doesn't matter. Bye-bye.